Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we're going to do a stock review on Fathom. I'm outside of my normal hours. There's a lot of things going on today. We got huge storms hitting Texas, Louisiana, and some other places. So let's get this out the way early so you guys get your stock information right before the markets open. Now, we're going to be talking about Fathom Holdings, okay? So this particular stock right here, ladies and gentlemen, I was actually investing through the IPO. I invested through the IPO. So this stock is not that, it actually came out a couple of months. So if I go out to 5 years, you're going to see right here that July 31st was the release date. I go back to a year, nothing's really going to change. Last month, okay? So that's where we are. I actually bought this stock at $10, okay? Now it's at $17. So from its inception, when the IPO was released, it's already up 50%. It's already up 50%, which is absolutely a great investment by me. But the problem with this investment is I only bought 10 shares. I wasn't too convinced on their platform. I wasn't too convinced on their financials, but they have blown me absolutely away. And just for the sake of argument, I will be investing in Fathom. So now that I'm here, before I go through my regular line chart, as you tell, we kind of already went through it. So let's not waste any more time there. Let me go ahead and invest this $103 that I have in my portfolio. And that way, let's see, we got shares. Let's put it in dollars. Oh, they won't, because it's the release IPO, they won't allow me to do it in dollars. So I'm gonna have to do it in whole numbers. So we're talking about shares. So you got 20, 40, okay, so 5, maybe 6. 6 is too much, so 5 was correct. All right, review, set limit price, review order. Limit price, I'm gonna put it around 17.20. Allow the order to execute during extended hours, of course. Review and buy. Done. All right, so let's get into what this stock is all about. All right, Fathom Holdings develops a software platform for the management of real estate brokerage back office functions. It provides buyers, sellers, landlords, and tenants with access to all the available properties for sale or lease on the multiple listing service. Okay, that's the MLS. If anyone's in real estate or ever heard their real estate agent or broker tell them they need to go into the MLS, it's the multiple listing services, and that are where houses are actually listed, and they get the fine print. They get the details of that home. The company was founded by Joshua Harley in 2010 and is headquartered in Cary, North Carolina. So again, not a lot of information. This IPO was released July 31st. And again, I'm going to remind you guys where I get all of my IPO alerts. It's been working for me. It's been working for me pretty good. And I absolutely love. Now, of course, their earnings, there's really nothing to show here, but they are in the positive already. Now, as you can tell already, I have 5 shares because of the limited buy that I bought it at. So there's a few details right here. It said that the status was filled. So now I have 5 shares of this, but I'm also going to show you my Webull account, which I normally never do, to show you where I actually bought in at this IPO at $10. Okay. Also in this arena, people also buy LI Auto, Nikola, Fastly, and Virtual Farms now. LI Auto and Nikola, they're electric car makers. Don't know too much about that, but that brings me into a segue of another electric car vehicle coming out of China, which we're going to actually see where I get some of my information from. All right, let's head over to Market Watch to see if there's any other pertinent information. Again, this stock is not even a month old. It will be a month old on August 31st. Wait a minute, is it 30? August 30th. I think it's only 30 days in August. But anyway, the 52-week range was from $8.62 to $19.85. So this stock is slightly underperforming. So it's probably good to get in and see where it actually performed before it's overbought or oversold or is overvalued. Okay, we don't want to invest in anything like that. Okay, here's the thing. This came out on August 27th, roughly 5 days ago. It says stocks to watch, Spotlight on Paleo Auto Networks, Best Buy, and Xpeng Motors. And we're going to get into Xpeng Motors, okay? But I want to let you know about this particular IPO that I invested in roughly a month ago that I've already made some money from. Not much, because I invested at a very low amount, only $100. Okay. Here we go. Fathom Holdings, just some basic information there about it. And then July 17th, it says Fathom Holdings finalized IPO plan. And then again, less than 2 weeks later, they released their IPO. Okay. So let me go over to my Webull. Let's see if I can slide this over here. Let me see something. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. See if I can grab this. I've been having issues with grabbing things. Let's see. Yes, I'm having issues with this. Give me 1 second. There we go. So, as you guys can see here, here's my Webull account. Here's Fathom Holdings, okay? Here's Fathom Holdings. Let me pop this back up. There we go. There's Fathom Holdings, and I'm already at 93%, or $93, okay? $93. You can see I bought this back on July 31st. July 31st, it shows you my actual transaction of July 31st, bought FTHM, okay? And let's see what else is pertinent to note. As you can tell, how my cumulative P&L went up here to 113, and then it started to cool off, kind of a small correction, but not much to here. So I wanted to show you that because, again, I told you I do a lot of investing on Webull because of all my analytics are right here in Webull. All of your RSIs, whether it be your Wilder or your regular one, all your candlesticks, news. I mean, they have so much information listed in here. But again, I don't like showing this because it's just a lot to look at. It's a lot to look at. And this is only one part of Webull, okay? This is absolutely astronomical, and trying to blow this up, believe me, I practice on this, is not a good teaching platform, okay? A good investment platform because all your tools are right here, but not a good teaching platform. As you can tell up here where it says global, you have index and Forex, you see how things are changing colors, how the market is, actually live as we speak. So again, a good platform for investing, not a good platform for teaching, okay? Not a good platform for teaching. But again, if you want to invest with Webull, they're free, just like Robinhood, free commission, and you also get free stocks. You get 2 free stocks. I have my ticker, not my ticker. I have my code below for you guys to use that to get free stocks with Webull. So even if you're just doing it for the free stocks, you should do it. Ain't nothing like free money because stocks equal money. Money you can buy stocks with, vice versa. So anyway, I'm going to head over to, I'm going to close out of this, and I'm going to give you guys some insider information if that's a thing anymore. But I'm going to show you, okay, I'm going to show you where I actually go to find all the IPO releases. A lot of people have these very intricate platforms. This is so basic. This is so easy. Anyone could and should do this, okay? Anyone could and should do this. So let's go over to my email. Google. Google is your friend, okay? Google is your friend. So here we go. I'm going to see if I can blow this up. Can I blow this up? There we go. So the name of this, look right here, ladies and gentlemen, Google Alert-IPO. Google Alerts-non-reply@google.com. Okay, so if you guys are looking to get IPOs to your account so you can explore certain IPOs that may look attractive and do your research on, that's the most important thing. Don't just take the IPO like, ooh, look at all these great IPOs and let me go invest in. No, that's not how you do it, okay? You do your research, but first and foremost, it's good to go in IPOs because now one of the IPOs that I invested in, and I'm glad I got out of it when I did, was Snapchat. Now, Snapchat is bouncing back, but I remember when Snapchat came out, I want to say it's around $22 a share. Then it continued to decline in the valuation, and it continued to plummet. And I think I almost broke even before I got out. I may lost a little bit, but I believe I broke even. Okay, but anyway, again, this is Google Alerts, Google Alerts-non-reply@google.com. That's what I'm subscribed to. Now, this one right here, I'm glad this popped up. I'm glad this popped up because this is very attractive, okay? This is the one that we read about that was listed under Fathom, okay? And I've been watching this. This is called XPing. The ticker is XPEV, okay? Has filed to raise $1 billion from sales of ADS representing underlying, that's American Depository Shares. American Depository Shares, that's what ADS means. Representing underlying Class A shares in an IPO according to a Mint. Now, supposedly, I thought they were going to be listed, but when I go over here to Robinhood and I type them in, their ticker does show up. But when I click Robinhood, nothing's there. Now, Robinhood has been messing up for me, unfortunately, but nonetheless, let's get into this because here is another electric car vehicle that you can actually get into that may be profitable, I'm not going to say it is, because again, I have not yet do my research, but I think that you should. But here's what's important with this, because they're going to attack a different demographic when it comes to social economic class, not demographic, social economic class in China. In China, it was founded to develop and sell premium all-electric vehicles in China. XPeng aims its products at technology, savvy middle-class consumers. I can only imagine how large this middle class in China is. If you got 1.3 billion people in your country, I mean, 400 million people can be the middle class, and you can still have a larger poverty class, okay, or lower class, okay? Because we always know that the high class and the filthy rich is going to be lower in value, lower in population than anyone else. So I can only imagine 400 million people with the access of a price tag as low as this to buy electric vehicle. It says with prices ranging from $22,000 to $45,000 after government subsidies. Now, granted, ladies and gentlemen, if electric vehicles cost that much in the U.S., I would buy one. And then your question, like, what about the Tesla Model 3 at $35,000? Have you seen the Tesla Model 3 at $35,000? It's not attractive. You might as well go ahead and buy a Prius. But a Prius is like $40,000 because a Prius on a tank of gas gives you like 100,000 miles to the gallon. But nobody wants to buy a Prius except certain individuals, okay? I don't know, maybe people who have to commute very long times, but hey, listen, if you're going to spend, anywhere from 30 to 40,000, you want something that at least to you is attractive or sexy or has some bravado about it, right? Anyway, Manage is headed by co-founder, chairman, and CEO, Mr. Ping, who was previously chairman of Alibaba Games and president of Tudo. This is very important. This man is already filthy rich, and now he's coming out with an electric vehicle brand, okay? Below is a brief overview of the video, the G3 electric SUV video. All of this is important, all of this, okay?
And we're currently in Guangzhou, the capital of China's Guangdong province, to explore something that just 10 years ago seemed so obscure, but nowadays it's just everywhere, and that's electric cars. China's electric vehicle sales grew 126% in 2018, but in 2019, they grew only 2%. Sales fell for the first time.
You get the drift. I'm not going to watch an entire video, guys. It's 5 minutes, but I just want to show you, even through those stock watches, you can go and do your research. It says the company primary offers include G3 SUV electric vehicles, P7 four-door sedan electric vehicles, and guess what? I would love an SUV right now. I would love a pickup truck right now. But they're too darn high in the US. Okay, they're too darn high. Because if I take you over to, let me see, this for some reference and context, guys, the Rivian R1T. I love it. I actually love the design here, okay, guys? I think that is a beautiful vehicle. I really do. Now, some of you may want more of a hardcore vehicle, but I think that this vehicle is sexy. I like that this is an electric vehicle. It's very smooth and defined lines. It has the flush-mounted car handles, just like the Tesla. And you have this middle compartment right here. You see this middle compartment that they're utilizing for people who are adventurers, campers. Okay, I'm just giving you more information about this because it's imperative. And I want to show you some of the options that they've done with this. Now you see that you can open it up here. they have some sort of you can use it as a table. But now I saw some other interesting pictures. Now I don't know what the dog is doing up there. I have no idea. This is it. Now this is attractive. This is important. Look at this. This is coming out the hall of the truck right behind the passenger seats in the rear. Okay. And what you see here is a 2-burner stove right here. That's a 2-burner electric stove. And then, of course, storage for your pots, pans, your pails, all that good stuff. So electric vehicles have a lot of functionality because it doesn't have engine compartments. It doesn't have all these fluids that a regular gasoline vehicle has. Now, me, am I sold on electric vehicles? I'm sold on the investment of electric vehicles. Let me go back to Fathom. Where was I? Here we go. Here's the story about Xpeng, okay? And they disappeared. Look at that. Look how the internet works, guys. Let's see. Let's see if it pops back up. And I'm going to read some of your notes here. Here we go. Let's see if we can get inside the story. All right. Let's find just what we're looking for here. And we got everything popping up. They're telling me, welcome back. All right, here we go. Now, while I'm looking for this, I'm not going to ignore you guys. I'm going to read some of your comments here. Let's see. Who we have in the chat room today? We have Mike. Good morning, Mike. He says, my little brother got Zynga stock. Good job. He's going to make some money off it, I believe. We have Mitchell Liggins in the room. Good morning from Alaska. We have Clan Killer. Good morning, sir. Here's a gift for you, Ideonomics and Tata Motors. Now, remember, Clan Killer, I already did a stock review on Ideonomics, okay? So thank you for the gift, but that's a gift that you gave me a while back. And they've been really, really volatile, okay? But I have been doing research on Tata Motors because right now, electric vehicles are blowing up. And this is one of those waves before they cool off. I'm going to say you're going to see numerous of electric car vehicles pop out here in the next 3 years. It's going to be crazy because they already have electric vehicle companies that are making semis, okay? They're making semis. Pretty soon, within the next 10 years, people will be able to rent electric vehicles. Yep. Because it's going to take them 10 years to build the infrastructure. The reason why electric vehicle hasn't taken off to the masses, 2 reasons, in my opinion. 2 reasons. This is without any research. This is just using the old brain that I was given. 1, they are expensive as hell. They are expensive, okay? And nobody really knows how much it's going to cost in maintenance. Nobody really knows how much it's going to cost to replace your lithium or whatever type of batteries they have. I remember me and a buddy of mine we was looking at Lincoln MKZs, the electric version of them. And they were talking about like, yeah, after 10 years, you have to pay like $10,000 for another battery. And some people like, that's not a lot of money considering all the maintenance you will have to do with a gasoline vehicle if your transmission goes out, your engine goes out, etc. But because we're not that educated on electric vehicles at the time we heard it, we were like, oh, hell no. Because again, it's a new space. So they have to educate the public of the benefits of an electric vehicle. Okay. 2, the infrastructure is not there. You can find a gas station anywhere except those weird parts of Alabama where they're like, next gas station, 100 miles. And you're like, yeah, I'm black. I need to go fill up. I can't stop in Alabama. No, can't stop in Mississippi. No, can't stop in some parts of Missouri. No, not doing it. Fill up, keep going. Anyway, so you get what I'm getting at, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about that. We have Mac Peoples in the room. Mac Peoples. He says, good morning, good sir. We also have Code World. Good morning, Code World. Clan Killer also says, Ross, check out the Lucent Motors. I already did. I already checked out Lucent Motors, but thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm on the scene, man. I'm looking at stocks pretty much majority all the day. But I need to come out. I'm coming out with more content because I haven't really done a lot of savings videos, a lot of property videos, a lot of get out of debt videos. So those videos are still coming. But the stock market, again, is a fickle beast that is blowing up, and it may cool off. But as the presidential election is getting closer and closer and closer, you're going to see the stock market start to act weird late October. Because, again, investors get weary when Democrats, if Joe Biden wins, you're going to see the stock market act weird. I will be surprised if it doesn't. Now, if Donald Trump wins again, you're going to see the stock market shoot up. So you guys should be investing either way. Either way, if Joe Biden gets in office and the stock market goes down, buy the stock market. If as we're getting closer to the election, you should be buying the stock market now, because if Donald Trump becomes president again, it's going to shoot up because the investors are like, yes, Trump again. My portfolios and my 401ks are doing absolutely well, as long as my IRAs as well. Okay. Who else do I have in the chat? Jordan Knight says, for those free stocks, I have to deposit $100, but do I need to invest or just deposit? Just deposit. You don't have to buy anything. Now, your first stock is free. Okay. In order to get your second stock, you have to deposit $100. But listen, you don't have to spend any money. You can literally deposit that money. Once it hits the account, you can cash out. Okay. I've told a lot of people the same thing. I like to tell people, you don't got to invest your money. They just want to see you to deposit, because they believe psychologically, if you deposit the money, you're going to invest the money, but you don't have to. He says, is it a better idea to invest in NIO, more, or Tesla? Both. Now, Tesla today should not be trading. Let me check here. I don't believe Tesla is trading today. No, today is Thursday. This is the last day they're trading. I don't believe they're trading tomorrow. Let me see if there's any news. Because we understand that Honda came out with their first all-electric car, right? Because Honda for years been doing hybrid cars. But now they came out with their first small electric car. Let's see here. Tesla stock, the largest single bubble in history. Okay. I don't believe they are trading tomorrow, but they're trading today. All right. But in my opinion, if you have it, fractional shares in Tesla, and you should be buying whole shares of NIO. Okay. That's just my opinion. That doesn't mean that you'll gain money. I love to give out this disclaimer. It doesn't mean that you'll win or gain money, and it doesn't mean that you'll lose money, because investing is risky. Invest at your own peril. Okay. Take it from me. You can lose and you can win. Jordan Knight says, do you live stream often? Yes, I live stream Monday through Friday, usually 8:30, 9:30 Central. I do live stock reviews Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 9:30 Central, live. Okay. And then Clankler says, Amazon is blowing up. Is buying pieces of stock a good idea? Quite simply, yes, you make money. So let me show you my portfolio. I don't even really need to get into that story about XPeng. Okay. Watch out for XPeng. The ticker for that electric vehicle out of China is XPEV. And for you military heads, that's X-ray, Papa, Echo, Victor. Okay. All right. So here's my portfolio with Tesla. It says here, total return, 26%. You see that? Okay. I tell people, don't worry so much about the dollar amount. Worry about the percentage. Listen, if you're over 20%, you killing it. You killing it. Investors pray for 7%. They jump for joy at 10%. Listen, at over 20%, dude, you're out of this universe. Okay. So my cost was $746 and I've made $196. That's with Tesla. Okay. Let me go back to my portfolio. Because let me tell you, some of them options I bought, I made a lot of money, and then I tried to reinvest, and look at my portfolio now. I'm down. Well, let's look at my week here. Let's look at my week. I was at $12,000. At one point, I was at $13,000. They're not showing my $13,000. But for the week, I'm up $4,400. I'm going to round that up and say $4,500 because it's $4,492.77. So I'm up for the week $4,500. Some people take an entire month to make this type of money, okay? But again, let's be realistic. August 26th, my portfolio was up 12, and at one point it was up 13. I don't know why they're not showing that, but today, okay, today I am down to 10,900. Okay, again, I've invested some. If you look over here of my options, now these were supposed to sell. I don't know why, because they expire tomorrow. Remember, I told you the whole information about selling, selling off your options before the expire date, and the closer you buy options to the expiration date is very risky. Again, I told you, you can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money. So if you buy an option that's 2 years out, you should be selling it at 18 months, because after that it's going to draw back. If you buy an option a year out, you should be looking to sell that 6 months out. If you buy an option 3 months out, you should be looking about a month out. Me, I bought an option in 3 days before the expiration date, which is super risky. Okay, super risky. Let's look into this one right here. I think I've been losing money with this one. Yeah, I'm down 56%. 56%. Okay. And look, everything that looked good on this one is not looking good anymore. But the implied volatility, again, do we need to look up implied volatility? This is one of the key indicators I like to use with options. It's not the only one. It's the key. Right now, implied volatility is at 220 something, okay? So let me show you something really quickly. Let's break this down. I'm gonna go over to Google. Google is my friend. Google is my friend, okay? And Google should be your friend too, because Google owns YouTube. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. This is not the one. Here's the one I'm reading right here, guys. Hopefully you can see. Let me blow this up. Let me blow that up for people that's dealing with 144 pixels. Is implied volatility good or bad? So when implied volatility increases after a trade has been placed, it's good for the option owner, me, and bad for the option seller, them. Conversely, if implied volatility increases after your trade, it decreases after your trade is placed, that's me. The price of the option usually decreases. That's good if you're the option seller and bad if you're the option owner. So again, the implied volatility when I bought it was higher than this. It was like 500. It was crazy. When I bought it, it decreased, thus me losing at 56%. Okay. Now there's some other information in here talking about implied volatility. When we come up here, implied volatility is the market's forecast of a likely movement in a security price. Implied volatility is often used to price option contracts. High implied volatility results in options with high premiums and vice versa. Same thing we read, but that was a little more detail. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have for you today. I may come on a little bit later and get some additional information, do some stock updates, but pretty much give out some additional information. Okay. So I wonder how you guys are doing today after the shooting of Mr. Blake. I believe that's his last name, that happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I am happy that the NBA actually was boycotting. I said this yesterday. I don't know if you guys were on yesterday. I said the power that the Black community has is boycotting. I said this. I think they listen, because when you start dealing with people's money, okay, there's a lot of rich people who hurt when those people did not play yesterday. Yes, I believe they should continue to boycott, because here I am trying to wait for the Houston game. Here I am waiting for the Lakers game. I'm like, wait a minute. That's right. Milwaukee not protested, but boycotted. Maybe everybody else did. And I'm glad they did. And at the time, I was like, where the basketball game at? They're like, oh, they boycotted. Okay, cool. And, there's some things that I really want to bring to you guys' attention. Now, this is not going to be all inclusive, but it may bring light to some things you really haven't thought about, okay? It might bring light to some things you really haven't thought about. Oh, by the way, financially literate, get those t-shirts at the bottom. But let's think about a few things before I get off here. I'm going to say Black people, and then I'm going to name a few things. Black people, unfunded black schools. environmental, toxic, unsafe communities, over-policed neighborhoods, underfunded school systems, underfunded Black business programs, lack of resources across the board, inadequate living structures, the absence of rehabilitation drug programs from the crack cocaine epidemic, because we understand that they have that for the opioid pandemic, discriminatory business hiring, the eradication of white supremacy and racist legislation policies and bills in the American government, the lack of a voice for Black women in healthcare. We have the largest death rates of infants as a Black race and one of the smallest minorities, second to the Hispanics and third, and Asians are third. Should I say police violence, police brutality, police murder? It goes unfounded injustice. They don't even get convicted. I was looking at the statistics yesterday. 1%, less than 1% of police officers who did something unjustly in killing a Black person went to jail or got convicted. Redlining of neighborhoods, equal justice, plain equal justice across the board. Racist and biased laws that mainly affect the majority of African American communities, gentrification, and last but not least, the justice system is 3 times likely to charge teenage Black adults than whites. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And I pose that your power is the power to not do anything. Boycott, and until they come up with equal justice and reparation agenda and packages and contracts and what they're going to do by law, I'm out.